Hey guys, as promised, I'm back on Saturday with another video. Today I'm going to be making chocolate chip cookies with a crunch. So here I have 2 sticks of butter, or 4 ounces, and now I'm just going to put them in. And you want to make sure that your butter is at room temperature, because if it's not at room temperature, your butter won't be, it'll take a very long time to become creamy. And you want your butter to be creamy because it will allow the cookies to be soft and chewy, and that's the consistency we want it to be. So here I have half a cup of granulated sugar. I have 1 cup of brown sugar. I have 1 cup of almond flour, and I have 1 cup of all-purpose flour, and I have 3/4 cup of chocolate chips, and I have 2 eggs. So I'm just gonna move these aside, and we're just gonna wait. Okay. So I'm just gonna increase the speed a little bit so that it becomes creamy faster. Okay, so once the butter is creamy, you're just gonna add in your eggs, and it is creamy now. So I'm just gonna lift this up, and you want to make sure that you get it. You put your eggs in one by one, and you want to make sure that no shells get in. Okay, so you're gonna put it in one by one, and then so now that so you don't want no shells to get in, because that's not where the crunch is coming from. Okay, so now that I'm done, I got a little egg on my hand, so I'm just gonna go wash it off. And okay, so now you're gonna put this back in, and you just wanna mix it until everything is blended in. Okay, so once this is blended in, I'm gonna add my half a cup of granulated sugar, and you have to be patient, and you could increase the speed if you want it to go faster. Okay, so we're gonna wait a little bit. Okay, so now I'm just gonna add in the granulated sugar. Okay, wait, and you could always keep it going while you add in your ingredients, because it'll go in anyway. And this is brown sugar, and you want to make sure that it's tightly packed. And I'm just gonna add it in. Okay. So it's okay if you if you make a mess. You can always clean it up. Okay, so here I have almond flour. And remember the time I told you that my mom had challenged me to use all the nuts that my dad didn't like? So that's why I have almond flour. And you can make almond flour by taking a food processor and hitting pulse until it's fine grained. You could see that mine wasn't fine grained, but that's because my family likes crunchy. So here I have 1 cup of all-purpose flour, and you're just gonna add it in. Like that. Okay, so if you don't have almond flour, you could use 2 cups of regular all-purpose flour, but I'm gonna use almond flour because my mom challenged me to do it, so I'm doing it. I don't want to lose. Okay, so now that it's mixed, I'm just gonna turn it off, and I'm gonna put in my chocolate chips. Okay, so now you're just gonna put it in, and you want to make sure that you have the chocolate chips all mixed in. And if you don't want to use no chocolate chips like I did, you could use You could use semi-sweet, you could use dark chocolate, you don't have to put chocolate chips, you could really put any toppings, but I want chocolate chips, so I'm gonna put chocolate chips. Okay, so now that it's done, I'm going to lift this up, and you could take a spatula if it's stuck on your paddle. And I'm gonna take a spatula, and I'm just gonna put it down. Oh, not like that. That was a little too hard. But you want to make sure that like you scrape it. You could scrape it off, just like that. And it's okay if it's not like really clean because you have a lot of batter. Okay, so this is what your batter should look like. Okay, so I'm just gonna take my spatula out and I'm gonna put it in the sink because I don't need it anymore. And you just want to scrape it off so that there's not a lot of batter. Okay, so here I have a melon baller, and I'm gonna go get one of the pans on the stove. Okay, so here I have a pan, and I lined it with a silicone mat. But if you don't have a silicone mat, you could use wax paper. And if you don't have wax paper, you could use some butter, and you want to put those so that the cookies don't stick. So you want to make sure that you have this much in one scoop. And you just want to plop it down. I'm sorry if you can't see. I'll move this for you guys. Is that better? Okay. So now you so this one has a little too much, so you could always like scrape it down, and this is a good amount. So you're just gonna pop it down. Now I'm gonna finish lining these off camera. I'll see you guys soon. Oh, and by the way, I already preheated the oven, and you want to make sure that it's 350 degrees. Hey guys, so it's been 10 minutes and these are what the cookies look like. So as you could tell, I did not add vanilla, and the chocolate chips is not supposed to be it's not supposed to be pounds, it's supposed to be a cup, like cups measurement, but I didn't add vanilla because I was using almond flour and it wasn't like a floury texture, so it kind of turned into an almond butter. So I thought the flavors would clash. But if you are not making your own almond flour or even using almond flour, you might want to consider putting in the vanilla because it will give your cookies a good taste. So and that's why I didn't put vanilla, but you could always do it. So now, let's talk about the Bible verse, 1 Corinthians 10:31. It says, "So whether you eat or drink or whatever you do all to the glory of God." I'm glad we were able to make these cookies together. The verse that we are looking at today proves even more to us that our God is a loving God who wants us to be happy in all things. Eating and drinking are things that bring people satisfaction and joy. God provided all of these things for us so that we can live a full and happy life. Keeping that in mind, let us think about how we can eat and drink to the glory of God. What I take away from this message is that even the smallest things we do can be done to honor God. We can honor God by valuing the food we eat, sharing what we have with others, and possibly using food as an avenue to testify of God's glory in our lives. I hope you try this recipe and share the fruits of our labor with your family and friends. But more than that, I hope the cookies are a vessel to deliver an understanding of God's mercy and love for us. Praying for God's best for you today and always. I'm Hannah J. See you Saturday.